With Super Smash Bros. Coming out into 3DS and the Wii U, tons of people have been talking about all the characters that they want to see as entries within the Smash Bros. Franchise as future DLC. And I've talked about this shit with my buddies tons of different times about just what-if scenarios and dream matches and shit like that, which Super Smash Bros. Can actually make that into a reality. So I decided I was going to go and compile a list because Nintendo was asking everybody, vote on all the characters that you want. Well, I have a big motherfucking list. As a matter of fact, this shit would go and stretch on even longer than my dick, which that's almost impossible. But I want to go make this list and just talk about some actual Nintendo-branded characters and then third-party characters I think not only would be very suitable within this series, but also some obscure ones that I think people kind of overlook, but seriously, they'd be fucking awesome in this series. First character on this list, above all else, I want to see this shit happen, assuming that Nintendo and Square Enix can make nice, and this could actually have future prospects to it, assuming it could happen, and that's Geno from Super Mario RPG. This shit would blow my mind. Oh my god. Geno's a bad motherfucker to begin with. If you don't have him on your team whenever you're playing the game, you're absolutely fucking nuts. I mean, he's OP as shit to begin with, but having him in a game like this, that would be amazing. The idea of Geno Whirl being used, or Geno Beam, and just Geno Flash, all that, and then he could go and just do some fucking cunt thrust too. It'd be like Geno Thrust. All that fucking Geno crotch would end up making me go and cry fucking Geno tears. I'd be so damn happy. Seriously, one of the best games on the Super Nintendo with one of the coolest fucking exclusive characters to it, which is currently being held captive by Square Enix. Just make nice, make up, go and fucking reach around to each other, whatever you gotta do, just make this shit happen because fans deserve it. And I mean, it's only one of the best games out there in the 16-bit era and within the role-playing genre. So make Geno happen in Super Smash Bros. And we'll see tons of fucking smiles from everybody around the world. Back in the day when Nintendo first unveiled all their black box NES games, they had lots of generic titles, and one of them was pro wrestling. Me being a big time avid fan of wrestling, I was watching WWF back then, obviously, seeing Hulk Hogan and Macho Man, Big Boss Man, $1 Million Man, a whole bunch of other people, fucking Ultimate Warrior, tons of kick-ass personalities, and pro wrestling was one of those cool-ass games. Granted, it didn't have the WWF license to it, but it had exclusive characters to it, and one of the ones that I recognized and always ended up going and gravitating towards was Starman. I'm like, why can't we have Starman make a big triumphant return into this and use nothing but wrestling moves on it, make him all fucking grapple heavy and shit? I would love to see that. I mean, he could go and bust out suplexes and power bombs, give him Stone Cold Thunder. It doesn't even matter. Flying elbow drops and shit, just get kapow! Big fucking nuclear explosion going off and shit. I would love to see that, and every single time he will actually come out victorious, a winner is you! Since that's actually a pretty famous saying, but I would love to see that. A winner is you showing up on there, just embrace the fact that it was translated pretty fucking poorly, but it doesn't matter because it was a fun-ass game. As a matter of fact, if you haven't tried it, you should go play it. I mean, it's pretty bare bones and basic, but for back then, you know, it is what it is. It's not no Fire Pro Wrestling or some shit like that. But Starman showing up in this, using all those wrestling moves, give him some kind of wrestling combos and shit, and give him like some big ass entrance where he's like coming through and he's got the little Titantron going. I would love to see some shit like that. It would just be so damn cool. Have him cut promos and stuff. It'd be too damn funny. Either way, I vote Starman in because he deserves more love, as does pro wrestling and as does his inclusion in this. So do it. Captain Rainbow! Actually, that was more like Captain Caveman, but we're just going to apply it to this and make it work. Captain Rainbow is one of those franchises that got left in Japan and then it was like, nope, washing our hands with it. Fucking done. And that kind of bums me out because every time I had seen footage of it, it looked kind of fun. Like, you got this main character who seems like he's like a Power Ranger type character or some kind of superhero just going out trying to go and save the day in some ridiculous over-the-top attire. I mean, it's fucking laughably bad looking, but at the same point, I'm like, this guy's kind of lovable with this stupid fucking yo-yo and shit. And I want to see, it actually kind of reminds me of He-Man in a way. You know, He-Man goes, transforms from like little-ass fucking dude into big-ass fucking hulking He-Man and stuff. And Captain Rainbow ends up going from like a little skinny dork into Captain Rainbow who is slightly above average in build and stuff. But this is something that I would like to see, and who knows? I mean, if they ended up including the character and just got people talking, maybe they could finally translate the fucking game. and release that outside Japan. Now, I know that the sales for it were pretty fucking abysmal, and that's probably why they avoided it outright, but you never know how well it's going to do in other regions, and I would like to see the character get some more love. I mean, they always have all these obscure references of other franchises and other games and all the other happy horse shit. They're included for levels and just like trophies and stuff like that you end up getting in the game. So why not Captain Rainbow? Have him bust out that fucking yo-yo, knocking people out, have all those little video vignettes and shit that you can include in it. I would just like to see it, and all the rainbow shit that would be going on, it'd be absolutely, like, it would be insane to watch. If you haven't ever checked out the game, just Google Captain Rainbow Wii and then you'll see what the hell I'm talking about. It's kind of cool, and I'd like to see the character get some love and possibly the game get released. Anybody who had a Game Boy Advance back in the day ended up picking up Golden Sun, which was one of the best RPGs for the system, hands down. And to be quite honest, that game right there was Nintendo made, and they didn't even like make a big deal about it, which I always thought was kind of weird. But the main character of it, Isaac would be perfect for this. I mean, we got the Fire Emblem characters. Why not Isaac? Isaac would be perfect, considering that he's got all the different classes and all these different spells and shit and abilities and skills that he'd be able to use. Give him like tons of different forms where he can go like Dragoon, or he can go into Knight, or whatever fucking class you're going to go and give him, and he can start busting out all these different things. Hell, you could make different variants of him alone, and they could play completely different from one another, or different stances where each stance has its own moveset. I would love some shit like that. There's lots of other fighting games that end up utilizing characters where it's kind of like multiple characters all within one, just because they have different stances and then separate movesets for each stance. So Isaac could be one of those characters, and by God, please use his battle theme, which I should probably use that for this video right now, because I love the fucking music in that. But use that. Isaac from Golden Sun, I fucking vote him in easily as one of the best characters that they have yet to include in this. Plus, Golden Sun needs more love. Always needs more love. Now, as for characters that are outside of the world of Nintendo for the third-party inclusions, these are some of the characters that I would have jump into the fray because they'd be perfect. First off the list is going to be from Castlevania fame, and that's Simon Belmont. Okay, the entire Belmont family, there's tons of characters that you could go and include from this. Like, you could be like Alucard and Soma and Richter and stuff, but I'm going to go with Simon because that's where the hell we were starting at whenever we first got into Castlevania games. Simon would be the shit. Oh my god, and I'm not talking about like Castlevania Judgment. By the way, fuck that game. That is fucking poopy, yucky, goddamn diarrhea, waterfall type crap that you do not ever want to fucking go near. Stick with the traditional Castlevania side-scrolling games, or, you know, the Metroidvania style ones. Either way, those games are the shit. And Simon, dude, imagine him getting all of his power-ups that he ends up using, like, for his hearts and shit. You know, getting the little potion, getting the cross and stuff, getting the daggers, and his whip. Oh my god, his whip. The amount of fucking chaos that could ensue with that. Or even something for, like, Medusa heads that come flying in, or Dracula itself. Dracula comes out doing that. Then again, maybe that would be better if they included Dracula as a separate character and then gave him all the moves where he just summoned forth the monsters that you traditionally saw throughout all the stages in the Castlevania games. We'll include both characters. Fuck it, why not? Okay, we can go and have Simon Belmont and Dracula. Fuck yeah, that'd be amazing. Dude, that'd be a really kick-ass 2-for-1 deal. Bomberman, mass destruction across the land, builds a bomb, and he's a Bomberman. Okay, by the way, that was a really awesome commercial, which was a parody of the Spider-Man theme song that they had way back in the day before I was even born. But Bomberman games, I love a whole bunch. As a matter of fact, I like them even more. Saturn Bomberman, by far one of the best ones, but I like when they made it kind of like an RPG adventure type game. Those were the ones I loved the shit out of, and on Nintendo 64, that's where it really, no pun intended, blew up for me. Right? I just hear crickets. That's... Aww. But no, Bomberman would be perfect in one of these games, just considering all the power-ups that you get throughout the game. Just imagine Bomberman being able to bust out all different power-ups to go and power-up some of his basic moves, where he can go and make the explosions bigger, go and kick the bombs and stuff like that, able to go and like fuck over tons of other characters who are using items and stuff. Bomberman would be awesome. By the way, I want to see a port of Saturn Bomberman. 10-player, right there. See that? 10 digits. Those are fucking hooter-grabbing 10 digits. That Saturn Bomberman, 10-player Bomberman. That's a ship. That's the bomb. It is fucking awesome. God damn, there's a lot of bad puns in this. Fuck yeah, bad pun fun. High five? No, okay. Bomberman. I just want to see it. Plus, Konami needs to acknowledge that Bomberman actually exists. They acquire Hudson Soft, and motherfuckers ignore the fact that they have all these different IPs. Dude, Jack Diddley fuck all shit with it. Why? Do it with this, Bomberman Smash Brothers, make it happen. Boom boom! How about a more recent entry, Bayonetta? Bayonetta is only one of the most badass chicks in all of video games, and the sequel, Bayonetta 2, ended up coming out all thanks to the fucking Big N. So why not end up utilizing that asset right there inside of one of your premier franchises? Considering that if you've ever played one of the Bayonetta games, she is absolutely destructive as shit and has some of the coolest combos, most frantic gameplay ever out there, and it's just fucking up shit left and right. Plus, we need more sexy chicks to go and show up in these kind of games, so why not Bayonetta? And I mean, we could have multiple versions of her, all of her different hair moves that end up going real fucking crazy, and oh my god, like that big shadow demon dog looking whatever fuck thing, I don't know, was it a dragon, a dog? I have no clue. It was made of hair and it was fucking shit up. And, you know, I'm sure that they'd have to go and figure out something for the transformation sequence, because there's definitely like fucking hoo-ha's and jubblies to be had, but I'm sure that they can go and figure out some shit, pull a Sailor Moon where it's like a flashing screen, they're like, yeah, let's go and cover up all those fucking goods, all those no-no bits and stuff. But yeah, I vote in Bayonetta because she's badass as shit and only one of the best fucking video game characters out there. Henshin a Go-Go, baby! Beautiful Joe. I would include Beautiful Joe without a fucking doubt. Fuck it, we'll include Dante because he will actually end up showing up within a Beautiful Joe game. So did Trish too. Why not? I mean, if we're gonna include Bayonetta, let's go and include Beautiful Joe and Dante. I don't give a fuck. Both those characters right there. Okay, Beautiful Joe and Dante have tons and tons and tons and tons of moves. One's a side scroll, one's an action 3D, fuck everything up type game. As a matter of fact, they're remastering Devil May Cry 4, so that kind of makes me happy. Matter of fact, where the fuck is the love for Beautiful Joe? Capcom, get on that. HD remaster of the first two Beautiful Joe games on Wii U? I'm pretty sure everybody would jump on that shit in a fucking heartbeat. Mainly because it's been a long ass time since we've seen Beautiful Joe in anything. But this shit right here, holy mother of fuck. Wow, I would just... It doesn't even need an explanation. Make it happen. Beautiful Joe, Dante, fuck it. Throw in Virgil too. He could be an alternate costume until they end up going and giving him his own moveset and shit, since obviously both their swords are like completely different. And as for Joe, just imagine him like being able to have all the time manipulation moves, and he's fucking combo crazy as shit. Make him like little back, just bow, 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 bow. Either way, oh my god, just the idea of that, if I see that announced at any point, I will go fucking ballistic. Fucking nuts will explode. Well, okay, that part will be really bad. My nuts won't explode. Maybe from the inside from joy, you know, just in theory. I don't care. All nut exploding aside, this would be cool. Yeah? Killer? Awesome. Phil fucking Spencer even said, I would like to see Banjo and Kazooie in Super Smash Brothers. Make this a reality, Nintendo. On Nintendo 64, Banjo and Kazooie was without a shadow of a doubt one of the premier, one of the best, and one of the main reasons that you want to go get a Nintendo 64, because it was like one of the most illustrious platforming games ever out there. One of the best 3D offerings, just, it was amazing. Banjo and Tooie, Banjo and Tooie was a proper ass follow-up. And then there's other entries which we're not really going to talk about because they're not nearly as good, but hoping, fingers crossed that that new one's going to end up being real fucking kick-ass. But this stuff right here, Banjo-Kazooie showing up in this would be amazing as fuck. And lots of Nintendo loyalists who may have actually started on Nintendo 64 would definitely be like, oh dude, this right here, fucking nostalgia boner and shit. And it's like, gotta go and quote a nostalgia boner by going and including them into this game. So yeah, do that. Everybody always pronounces it different. Shantae, Shantae, doesn't really matter. Shantae is one of the fucking coolest characters to show up that a lot of people aren't aware of. Okay, 2D platformers. Shantae ended up showing up on Game Boy Color eons ago. That game is super fucking rare now. God damn, I wish I would have picked it up back in the day. But anyway, so just fucking emulate it because that's about my only option right now because I'm not going to be able to afford a physical cartridge. But Shantae, they actually have done Kickstarters for some of the newer games that have been out. They've been showing up as digital offerings on multiple different systems. And these games are amazing as fuck. If you actually see the animation for it and the art in general, they're above all else some of the best shit that you're going to see out there, especially from an indie developer, and they fit right into the world of Nintendo. As a matter of fact, the developers behind it were so into the idea that they were really pushing forward. They're like, look at all these alternate costumes we'll go and make. Some of it, she's wearing like the pirate gear and stuff just because, you know, some of the characters that she goes up against. But if you've not played the Shantae games, go and check them out. They're on Steam, they're on console, all sorts of different shit. Definitely worth the investment and worth noting. And I ended up going and investing some cash into the newest one that they did on Kickstarter, which I can't fucking wait for, by the way. Really enjoy the games. All of you out there should vote for that, because fuck it, why not? Gotta have more chicks in this, so we can have Shantae and Bayonetta. Yeah, I kinda like that idea. Maybe Jill Valentine. I'd always vote Jill Valentine into any game that I possibly could. And make her like in Marvel vs. Capcom 2, by the way, where she has like the Cerberus come out and Tyrant and zombies and shit and the crows, and she's like, green herb! Not smoking it, just kind of pulls that, and then it's like, oh look, I'm healed now. Definitely wasn't a bong hit at all. Right? What state are we in? Because I can find out whether or not this is legal. Okie dokie. But seriously, Jill Valentine would be badass as shit as well. Because, you know, last minute inclusions are always the best thing in the entire world to do. But I hope that you enjoyed this little list. There is no, like, perfect list, or, Alpha, you forgot this. There's, like, a gajillion fucking characters, asshard. No shit. But there is something that you can do. In the description, there's going to be a link that goes to Nintendo's website, and you can type up all the characters that you want to have included on there. Or you'd be like, I want AlphaOmegaSin to be a character, and then they're like, oh, he's from YouTube. No, this motherfucker cannot be in there at all. But it's seriously, go there, vote for the characters that you want, and include a list of the characters, why you want to have them included, moves that you think that they could have, and all sorts of other wacky horror shit. I just thought this would be a fun-ass video to do because everybody was talking about it and was like, I have opinions! Harumph! And all the other stuff. So anyway, this is AlphaOmegaSin. As always, nerds, nerdettes, and gamers game the fuck on.